So I'm going to be doing my evaluation for units 5/7. I think in general, overall, looks wise, it's my best piece. And storytelling wise, it's my best as well. Just because how real it was. Well, I liked it. I thought it was pretty cool. And from what I've heard, it kind of like hit a lot of people. Because they could just relate to like what it was being said and stuff. So for this task, I was a lot better with like doing vlogs. Still need to work on it, but it's getting there. Hopefully I'll have it nailed by final major. I think the main thing I need to work on though is time management. Time management and getting everything done on time, especially because for this one we only had like 3 weeks to do everything, which was one of the shorter projects, so it was a good practice to get everything done. From what I've heard, a lot of people have liked it. Some people have mixed feelings, like Mark doesn't quite understand it, quite like it, I don't know. I think it was effective for the purpose, because the purpose was to make people feel something, and from what I've been told, a lot of people have been feeling strong emotions towards it, like they can relate to like all the problems and stuff, so they kind of like start tearing up, and because they can just relate to it so much. Planning, there wasn't really a whole lot of planning. It was more, what am I feeling today? Okay, this is what I'm going to do. It was very just off the top of the head, which I think kind of worked. And I don't think it would have worked as well if it was completely planned. For example, the audio bit was, at first, was completely scripted. Of real thoughts and stuff, but still written down how I'd like to say it. But then I wasn't the one saying it, so it sounded a bit odd, and it didn't sound quite right until I just ended up almost scrapping the whole idea. Until one day me and Daniel were having a mental breakdown together. So we thought to record it, and that's the audio I ended up using it. No editing, no filters, no nothing, just exactly how it was, which gives it a more raw feel, and it was like pure emotion, which worked, I think, very well. I think I could have tried a bit more to make it a bit more interesting rather than just playing the video on a Mac. I did have an idea, I think I vlogged about it, pretty sure I did, to have like a box and then like play the video like on a phone, so like it's really small image, but then the audio is really the main focus. But because of, again, time management, that didn't end up happening. I think I need to definitely work on time management. I think I need to. There's already like the breaks in place that we get given, but I always like give myself a little break every now and again. So maybe I need to like say like every like 2 hours of solo or something. If I do 2 hours of solid work, then I can take a break, like a 10-minute break by myself. Just like control it and bring it down to where I'm not taking 20-minute breaks every 5 minutes. Yeah, I think overall, I think it was a good production. I think the visuals were pretty good. It made me test myself a bit with After Effects, which I didn't really like. The first time I used After Effects was for the animation project, which didn't really go well, in my opinion. But then I've kind of found like this whole like stylizing just effects and stuff like that, and it's a lot easier, kind of. Like, it's a little more basic and simple, but I think it's a lot more fun to use. So I started experimenting, and whatever I experimented, I just threw it in there. But yeah, I think this project really made me test myself as an editor and as a creative. person. And it made me learn to use my own equipment because every shot in that video was all done with my own camera, which I've never done before. Like, I bought one, but then just didn't really use it much because I'm a dumb. Yeah, I think the general video was pretty cool. I think storytelling-wise, it was strong, and it was a very narrative piece, but also with a hint of abstract, because like the audio was telling a story, but the video wasn't necessarily matching it. Like, it kind of does, but it kind of doesn't. Bless you. Like, it kind of matches, but it kind of doesn't. So, I don't know how to explain it. Like it's me like standing in a dark room. It really wasn't. It was just me standing in front of a curtain. But yeah, like me standing in a dark room and freaking out by myself and feeling looking really lonely and stuff. Like that fits into what we were saying, but like the editing of like the trees and stuff didn't really match. But I think at the same time it worked. I don't know why. I think if it didn't have the projections, sort of, wasn't really projections, but you know what I mean. If I didn't have all the things, I don't think it would have worked. I really don't. So I think it just made it more interesting. I think made it more fun to watch, I guess. Even though it was really repeated and it was like on a loop. Like the video itself was on a loop already, but then like there was only so much footage of me standing there because I ran out of space. And by the time I was filming, it was already 3 in the morning, and I ran out of space, so I just repeated it. Pardon me. I think a lot of the things were very interesting, and I liked the fact that I've only got to work with like color correction, things like that, and I think I've really got the hang of it, and it works. And like technically, the thing that I was standing in front was brown, but then color correction I made it black. Nothing like extreme, like nothing major, but I think it's like the slow or the small victories that count, if you know what I mean. Like, it's learning those small skills that you can then use in all together for major or bigger things. If I had to be critical and say what I don't like about it, I think it'd be that the presentation was really boring and it was just on the Mac. I think that's the main thing I'd change. If anything, I think that's the only thing I'd change. Or maybe spend more time, and instead of having the bits where I'm standing there, I think I'd spend more time in like making that just the one clip so it's different instead of just copy and pasting the 3 minutes or 2 minutes the footage I actually had. Yeah, I think that's what I'd do. But yeah, I think that's the only thing I'd really change about it. I think visuals, I think it looks good. Audio, I think it worked because we filmed it recorded it in the 007, which is very echoey and really spacious, but kind of empty at the same time, which kind of translate into the audio, and it helps kind of deliver that lonely message across. Tunes, but yeah, I think that was a good choice. Then that was one of the few actually conscious choices that I actually made, that I want to film in 007 because it's really echoey and it fits the story kind of thing. Little paperwork things like task 1 and stuff I need to get better on doing. Yeah, I think I did a lot more research and I definitely understand it. like I can watch a thing and like pick it apart and stuff, but like I just didn't do as much work for it as I could, like usual. Because I know I could have done like so much more, but once again because of time management and other things got in the way, personal stuff, non-personal stuff, just got in the way and then ended up not doing it. I think the main thing approach. I don't know what it means by approach. I'm reading the task 4 brief, but it says approach. I'm not too sure what it means, but I'm assuming it means like how it tackled and when to record. Where a lot of it was just, yeah, we're going out today. I'm going in the car today. I'll take my camera and film some stuff. There wasn't really no rhyme or reason to what I filmed or why I filmed it. It was just what was there at the time. Targets to aim to help me complete each of the phases on time. Targets, I think. Targets is actually to manage my time better and just kind of like calm down a bit and not freak out over small things and then have a mental breakdown. Just because it worked, because I took that and used it. But like a lot of times, like if I'm having like a personal problem, I won't want to do any work.